Hi all, welcome in next video. Hope you all are good and doing well. So in this video we are going to learn about the router, like how we can add the new route config and routers in our React application, and what is routing and how we are handling it for the React applications. So if you are learning through my videos, so you already have seen this kind of activity we already have done for the web APIs and microservices and for MVC applications. ASP.NET Core MVC. So if you did not see those videos, so you can go through that in my playlist and you can see that. But moving ahead for this particular, so we are just moving ahead for the routing mechanism for the React.js. So what we are going to learn here. So we will be firstly looking out for the routing, what is the routing, and then adding routing in the React application, adding different components in our React application, and then we will see the demo for that routing. So what is the routing basically? So basically routing is a process in which a user is directed to a different pages based on their action or request. So you can like understand in a easier way, like if we have a multiple pages, like one is for create user, one is for delete user, update user, and one for user details. So routing is basically from home page redirecting to that particular page. Like from home page, if user wants to redirect to the user detail page, so user should have a like this feature to be added in this particular application to move that move means redirect that system or application to that particular user detail page. Okay, so like if we have a user in a home page and he wanted to see some details of the X user, so he would be just clicking on that X user and he would be redirecting to the detail of that page. So the redirection is happening through the routing. So that basically we need to see, and we are going to implement in this. So what is the so basically we are using a React router here for implementing a routing in React application. So there are three types of routers that we can use: React router native, and React router done. So all are doing the same thing, just different is that here for the native is basically used for the mobile application, and router down is used for the web application, but all are performing a same mechanism. Okay. And browse routers means React routers are there are two types of React routers. One is browse router and one is hash router. So browse router is basically used for dynamic routing, like if we are dynamically changing the URL, so for that we are using a browse router. If we have any static request, static URL, so for that we are using a hash router. Okay. And so for adding the route router in our application, we are going to use that React router DOM that we already saw here. This is React router DOM and React router native. So native is for mobile and DOM is for the web application. So for routing, we will use this particular package. So we will be adding it sooner in our application. And folder structure, we will be creating some new pages here in our application, so that we can show the proper routing for each application, each pages. Okay. So the same thing, browse routing, that I already told you. So browse routing we are using, and we are using like inside the browse router we are using the routes. So inside the routes we are putting the configuration of the pages, and each configuration, like based on the configuration, it redirects that particular request to that particular page. So let me show if I added here. If you see here this index.js file, so I implemented in this way in our React feature application. So if you see here, we have added a browse router, okay, in app component. So app browse router, inside the browse router we have used the routes, and inside the routes we have defined all the routes, all the routes which we are going to use in our application. Okay. So in the default route we have put the layout.js, is the layout component, and for create user we are redirecting to create user, then delete for the delete user. And so that we already implemented in our React feature application, so that I'm going to show you how it is working. So let's see first for our application how it is working right now. So this is our React CRM application. Okay, so last time what we had completed, we had added side menu bars. Okay, so in the same way we are going to, so we have menus and menus list, but we are not able to redirect it. So let me show you how it is working right now. So if we run it, so we would be having some page names, but we would not be able to route in that particular pages. Means it will be just loading at the same place and just opening a home page only. Okay, so this is our page that we had implemented last time. So see here we had implemented this menu side menu bar, but we are not able to redirect it. This is the home page. So if we click here in create user, so see component is calling the create user, but we are not redirecting to anywhere. If we click on here update user, component is calling, but it is not redirecting to anywhere. Okay, and apart like the feature one that in which I already implemented this particular thing, so let's see that also. So what we are going to see after this implementation that we are, that I'm showing here. Okay, so, so this one I recently updated. So now if you click here in this particular create user, so it is redirecting to a create user. Now the detail is coming, you can create user from here. I just added a one h1 tag. Okay, so just we are getting at this particular detail. If we are clicking on the all user details, you can get all user details from here. If you're clicking on delete users, so you will be redirecting to the delete, you can delete users from here. So basically we are redirecting while clicking on this particular pages. Okay, so that we are going to implement it, and that is basically like going to be implemented by the routing. Okay, so closing this. Okay, so this one is the React feature in which we already implemented this routing. So let me show you what the changes I made for this. So last time I think I did not committed this change, so I will be committing this time. So basically I added this particular pages home layout, home.js, layout.js, and all user details. And one package is required that needs to be installed in our React application that I already told you. This package we need to install before starting the route. Okay, so where is that package name? Mm, this one. So this one needs to be installed firstly. Okay, so we will do that later. So what we require to do that? Firstly, we will install that package. Then we will be creating these multiple pages like create user, delete user, all user details, home.js, layout.js. Okay, and then we will be what is happening here in layout.js. See, so whatever we are doing in app.js, means app.js is working as a home page here. Uh, Not in app, yes, app.js, that we would be putting here in our layout.js. Okay, so that we can use this as a common layout for all the pages. Okay, so let's start doing one by one. So let's come here in this. This is our React CRMS application. I did not implemented anything here. So let's first install that particular package. Okay, so now it's started installing. Okay, so now it has been installed. Okay, so one thing is done. Now what we need to do further, if you see here in our React application, so we have added this pages. Okay, so inside the page we added these five new files. So let's add all the files one by one. So firstly, all user detail key, create user own. Okay, so let's do the same here as well. Inside the source we need to add one folder with the name pages. So basically we will be keeping over all the pages here. So let's firstly new file. So all user details dot js. This is the first one. All user details dot js. Create user dot js. Create user dot js. Okay, the next delete user dot js. Delete user dot js. The third home.js layout.js. Home.js and layout.js. Okay, so all five files have been added. Okay, so what further we need to do? Whatever the things we have here in app.js, if you see where is the app.js, this is okay. So currently this app.js is showing our home page. You can see, you can manage from details. So this is showing our home page as well as the sidebar. So we will be putting this particular changes in our layout.js, because we are going to use this layout as a common for all the pages. Okay, so let's do it from here. If you see here, the same thing is happening. We use the sidebar is there, component name is the app name, and the same thing managed from details from here, except this particular outlet. Okay, So what this outlet is doing, so this is kind of like whatever we are putting here, it's kind of static, and whatever the page we are going to redirecting, that will get displayed here in this particular area. So if we are redirecting to a create user, so whatever we implemented in create user, that will appear in this part, like this, these details will get displayed, as well as this particular part will appear. So this is kind of like showing something inside the layout. Okay, so this is the important one, so that we need to keep. So let me copy this and put here in our layout.js. This is blank right now. Okay, so this is the layout.js, and for all other files, if you see, I just added, currently it's blank here. If you see here, so I just put a single one line tag, so that we can identify we are successfully redirecting to this particular file. So for the create, we are using, you can create file from here, delete, you can delete user from here, home is not used, all user detail, you can get all user details from here. Okay, so let's put the same in our React CRM application. Okay, we go to delete is blank, let's delete here. Okay, so now our inside pages are ready, our layout is ready, and now what we need to put, we need to put some routing configuration, right? So that we can route based on the request. So routing configuration we are putting inside index.js file here. Okay, so whatever the details we are putting here, so based on that, the request gets routed to that particular page. So if you see here, if user is putting root path slash create user, okay, so the call will automatically redirected to this particular page. If user is putting root path slash delete user, so the call will get redirected to this particular user. And same way, if user is not putting anything, it's a blank or it's a kind of home page, so it will be by default redirecting to layout. So in the layout page, you can say it's a kind of home page. Okay, and star is currently this page is blank, so we are not using it. So in the case if it is failing, it is not going anywhere, so it will be going to this particular page. Okay, so that we implemented here in index.js. So this particular is required for adding the routing configuration. So what is this? Import browse router and routes and route from React router DOM. So this package we recently added in our application. So this package will be providing facility of this particular browse router, routes and route. So browse router, inside the browse router we are using routes. Inside the routes we are putting all the route configuration, the way we wanted to like redirect in our application. Okay, so let me copy it and put there in our CRM application. So we have index.js. Here is the index.js. So currently if you see, it's a nothing, it's not giving us anything. Okay, so you see it's a blank, it's just returning a app component. Okay, and inside the app component, what is there? That we already like shown you. So that app component details are moved to a layout.js. Okay, so currently what is the app component is containing? App.js. So this was the thing that firstly we were uh, loading on a home page. So index.js is routing to app component, and component is responsible for displaying a home page. Okay, but after this we would be having a route configuration for handling the routing. Okay, So now the app component will be returning with these details. Okay, so create user we have, delete user we have, all user details we have, layout.js we have. All the references are added here. Okay, so let's come here. What app.js is here as it is. We did not make a change on it because we are not using this particular. So I think we are done, so we can just put npm start. Okay, just before that we need to save it. So all are saved hopefully. Control S, Control S. And these are the saved. Okay, npm start. Okay, so now this got added. Let's see it. We click here in update user. Update user. Okay, so this one was failing. If we click here and create user, you can create user from here. Okay, if we fail, okay, so basically we did not updated here the menus detail. Okay, so we have this create user, so we are getting the create user, but we don't have a update user, so that's why it's failing for the update user. Okay, so let's create update that particular sidebar for this, but these details, for all these page details, right? So that we can only we can only like see those page names which are available in our application. So where is the sidebar.js? This is the sidebar.js. So see here, for this particular we have update user, create user, and all user details. Based on that we need to update this particular detail as well. So if we come here in here, sidebar.js. See, so we have already have put this particular thing, create user, delete user, all user details. Okay, so based on that we are getting the redirection. So we can put this thing also. Okay, so now we will be getting proper page and proper redirection. So we we can do the start again. npm start. Okay, now it's loaded. You see here, so home, create user, delete user, all user, delete. So we have all these things. So if we click here in create user, if you see here, it is redirecting to create user. You can create users from here. And the same thing we added here in our create user page. You see the page, create user. So you can create user from here. Okay. And if we clicking on delete user, so you can delete user from here. If you click on the all user details, so you can get all user details from here. Basically means we are if we clicking on this particular URL, so we are redirecting to that particular page, and our layout page is also getting displayed along with. Means this static thing is not getting changed, and whatever is inside is getting changed. So the main purpose of routing we are getting here. So that was the all that we implemented today. Thank you so much for the watching. See you on the next video. And let me know in case of any difficulty or challenges you faced. If you required, I can give you the git path as well so that you can get this particular code easily. Okay, thank you so much for the watching. See you on the next video.